Hi guys, in case you couldn't already tell, me and the user that name that you see above are literally one and the same. Anyways, this video is brought to you by the alphabet. Like, the alphabet that us English speakers speak, use, and write every single day. Well, guess what? I feel like this could use some improvements. And so today, I have shown you my decisions on how we should fix our alphabet. This might be my most confusing and possibly my only video on this channel. Okay, let's get into the first part of this video, and that is removing letters. So to start, let's get rid of C. Well, and there are two reasons why I think we should do this. One, it only makes the it only makes the S sound or the K sound sometimes, like in cat and in cell, which is kind of crazy because I have a cat right there. But that's not important. However, what is important is the thing I will get to when I discuss the CH sound, which we'll get to in a little bit. Next up is the letter Q, which is only followed by a U, even though it does just make the K sound by itself, like in Qatar or Iraq. It's completely useless outside of those cases. So, and it can be just easily be used by a KW or or whatever the other name is when I propose it in a little bit. But bye Q. Yeah. And then lastly is the letter X. We can just use KS. Which, yeah. So, yeah. And then the last one that I'm going to propose is silent letters. Why do we need silent letters? We can easily just remove them. However, that would probably get confusing because E is the most common silent letter. So I have a proposal I'd like to make, which I actually got from somewhere else. And we use an apostrophe for silent letters. So let's just go like that. Yeah. So we're using an apostrophe for silent letters now. And now for the next part of this video, adding letters. This first one I'd like to propose is one for the CH sound, which is this. Is it just a crescent? Yeah, but it does still fit with the alphabet, I guess. However, and the next one I have is the SH sound, which is pretty, uncreative, I'd say. Yeah, it's literally just an S with a line through it. I got this from an old conlang that I, saw, a few years ago. And then also I'd like to give you a note before we move on. For this, I'm going to say that G can only make the G sound, and that J fully makes the J sound in certain things. So, words like Germany would start with a J and not a G. So, yeah. That's just a good note before we move on. And then the next one I'd like to make is W is a stupid name, because, a lot of the letter names that we have right now have the letter in that name. So, a lot of people did this, but I say we just change the name of W to Win, spelt, like this. It's based off of this old English letter that kind of looks like P. But they didn't have that, so they ultimately removed it, and they just used two V's for it. actually they used 2 U's, but then the printing press got changed into making it look like 2 V's, and so that's why W looks like 2 V's. And it was called W because it was just 2 U's, but now it's 2 V's. But now, for the sake of our case, it's called win. And then the last few letters are just like kind of adding on to our existing system. We have I made a symbol for ZH, which I'm actually gonna make this right now. So yes, it is just Z with a line through it, but it's with a vertical line, so it doesn't get confused with the Z that other people write, like this. It's not important. What is important is that I drew the rest of the letters. The letters that are ligatured with the letter E are the long vowels, so they make the sounds A, E, I, O, and U. And the ones that are by themselves just make A, E, I, and sounds. So, and I also added in the 2 TH letters, eth and thorn. Eth makes the soft TH sound like in that, and thorn makes the hard TH sound like in 3. And I also added in enye and ing. Enye from the Spanish alphabet, which makes the nia sound like in canyon, and ing like the ng sound as in jumping or singing or whatever. And yeah. Oh wait, I forgot to do. God. I don't know anymore. And so that's it. That's basically me attempting to fix the alphabet. And so, in conclusion, subscribe. This is what 70,000 years of human evolution has led us up to.